Thank you for tuning into our podcast. We are coming to you from South Hadley, Massachusetts. I am your host, Carrie, and joining me is Holyoke's very own local historian and creator of the historical tours of Greater Holyoke, Robert Camus. He offers both public and private tours, as well as presentations of the local canal systems, reservoirs, cemeteries, and churches, as well as various parks and streets in Holyoke, South Hadley, and Chicopee, Mass. Now you actually lead these tours and give these presentations yourself, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct, and this is a combined park and street tour.
And so today he'll be educating us on the Laurel Park. So tell us about the history of Laurel Park.
All right, this is a triangular park that's on Laurel Avenue. It was also on a trolley line. It was part of the Elmwood Circuit, or the only trolley line in Holyoke that made a circuit around the city, where all other trolley lines, of many, originated in Holyoke and then left the city, going to other locations, communities around. So this was on the trolley line that was made in 1889. So you'd have a trolley track grow right up Laurel Avenue, believe it or not. And a lot of the homes around here are very, very beautiful. Now, the park itself would be a very simple park, except for the fact that it has a cobblestone fountain right in the middle of it. And that was made in 1912. It was functional in the beginning, so if you look at it, it's a true fountain that was able to give off water, and there's a base around it that could hold the water and drain out. Now it doesn't work anymore, so that's something to work on. But if you look around the neighborhood, you can very quickly figure out that the neighborhood is very beautiful for a reason. Being on one of the few trolley lines, and almost all the trolley lines had beautiful homes around them because people would make their Victorian homes in a very stylish fashion. Often they'd have at least one or two homes made by a contractor trying to show off the way that they get things done. Now, Laurel Park itself is tiny, but in this neighborhood of Elmwood, it's important. It probably was built up as a complement to Elmwood Park, which was made from around 1897 to about 1915. And the latter of those years was made by the Olmsted brothers to be an Olmsted designed park. Now, this park in the beginning was called Elmwood Triangle because it was on this triangle, and it didn't receive the name until much later.
Now, what are some of the modern amenities in this park that people might enjoy?
Okay, it's a casual park, so anyone living on any of the side streets or on Laurel Avenue itself would love to be here. It's true that every neighborhood in Holyoke, of the 15 neighborhoods, was almost designed to have at least a medium or a large park. And of course, Elmwood neighborhood, where this park is, used to have Elmwood Park, an enormous park, the largest publicly owned city park in Holyoke. But that has mostly gone away. It still has parks in Elmwood because pieces of Elmwood Park are still there. But this Elmwood Triangle or Laurel Avenue Park, it's a very distinctive park, and it's mostly just a place where you can sit, not many trees, and it still has this beautiful cobblestone there.
And so quickly before we continue with the rest of our interview, just to fill our listeners in, if you want to find out more information or sign up for any of his various tours, you can check out his website at holyokecanaltour.org. And there he has both videos of the various stops along each tour and also past and present photos of the historical sites throughout as well. And if you are interested in setting up a private tour, you can email him directly at bobcat4214, capital B, at yahoo.com. And they are perfect for fun and educational outdoor activities for the whole family, or for your group parties, especially those special occasions and get-togethers. And they are also good just for getting outdoors for the day. So getting back to our interview, how does this park fit into its neighborhood?
It fits in very well. Being a triangle, it has two major streets coming off it. You can get onto it from Brown Avenue onto Laurel Avenue. And all the side streets around, it's very easy to get to this small little park, the Laurel Park. And it must have been even easier in the past because when the trolley line went up Laurel Avenue, there probably was a stop right there. Part of the reason to have the park is to have people be able to get off right there. And so it fit in very well. And that's part of the reason why Laurel Avenue is so large, because it was able to take 2 lanes of car traffic and 1 lane of trolley traffic. And it still does in the present day. It's amazing to go down the street, which then has a triangle and a park on it. And it really invites people into it still.
So what should this park evolve into?
It should get that fountain working again. All you need is a pump and electricity, and water could be placed in the pipeline, probably still there, and away we go. You have your fountain going again. I don't know why it's not done. Sure, it takes some electricity cost, sure, but it doesn't. If you do it right, it doesn't take up much water because it keeps recycling most of the water, and you'll get the spirit of the park going again. Sure, there's some trees around, and they still are scattered around nicely, and it's very green. But it'd be great to have in this neighborhood this beautiful, very unique fountain going once again, because it really defines at the Elmwood neighborhood. They've lost the Elmwood Park for the most part, and so you want every neighborhood to be able to brag about at least one park, be able to go to one park that's very nice and unique. And the simple fact of getting the fountain buzzing with water again will be great for the kids and be great for the neighborhood itself. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Robert, for educating us on your tours. And we want to thank our listeners for tuning in. And you can also tune into a large selection of our other podcasts and much more at his website. Again, that's holyokecanaltour.org. And again, you can email him directly for private tours or to inquire about anything else at bobcat4214, capital B, at yahoo.com. And be sure to keep an eye out for his upcoming 2024 season tours and more as they become available. Thank you.